Hello. Hello. How are you, Rach? Good morning all. Testing 1, 2. David Crisafulli, Pat Weir, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deck, you good to go, mate? Cost of living will be the defining issue of 2023, and at the heart of those cost of living pressures lies what is happening with people's electricity bill. Make no mistake, there are people at the moment who are making a choice about what to put in their trolley at the shopping centre or whether or not they can run their aircon on a hot summer's day. It's reached that point, and there is no doubt that there are pressures that will continue to force those prices up. And today we discuss some of those in what the report from the Auditor-General has laid bare. It has highlighted the things we have consistently been saying, and the fact that as a result of a government that doesn't have a detailed costed plan, that doesn't have the ability to plan, deliver and evaluate, Queenslanders are suffering at the moment from the sharpest increase in electricity prices in the nation. Queenslanders are suffering from the sharpest increase in electricity prices in the nation. The report lays bare how bad that is, a 162% increase in those electricity costs. It talks about what happened when Callide went down as a result of poor maintenance. The Minister said on countless occasions that would have no impact on prices. He was wrong, and the report shows just how wrong he was. This report also bells the cat on the government's rushed announcement on its so-called energy plan. There's no planning, there's no costing, there's no KPIs, there's no timeline for delivery. It's a thought bubble, and this report shows how bad it really is. There is no doubt that Queenslanders are deeply concerned about cost of living, and as a result of poor planning, the state with the most coal and gas, sun and wind has their residents with the most pressure as a result of price rises in the electricity space. I might hand over to Pat.
Thank you. And this Auditor-General's report shows that you cannot trust or rely on the Palaszczuk government to deliver on our energy system for Queensland. It reinforces everything I've been saying for the past 2 years. And I'm happy to take any of your questions on this report. Yep. It just simply means our power prices are going to go up. So not only has it gone up 162%, but we've heard the Federal Treasurer tell us that wholesale prices are going to increase by 56%, and the government continuously tells us that power prices are going down. They're rising by faster than the $175 cash handout. Our power prices are going up, and the government needs to be honest with why that is. We've seen a whole number of unplanned outages across the system. At the moment, we've got 2 generators down at Callide. There's 2 down at Gladstone. Kogan is down. So we have a number of generators offline. That all flows on and has an impact. As far as we are told that it's the war in Ukraine and coal prices, almost every coal-fired generator in Queensland has its own coal mine that delivers coal to that generator. It was built specifically for that. So we are not as exposed as the Minister is making out to coal prices. That is simply not correct.
Is there a solution? I mean, other than Callide not running so far, what's the solution now?
Obviously, maintenance and keeping those generators operating is a big part of it. And we've seen the energy plan released this year. That should have been released about 5 years ago. That would have helped. We're trying to repair things after the event. That's the problem, and that's why we've got the situation that we're in today. And that is another that's something that has been highlighted in Auditor General report after report after report. And in this day and age that we're in, we're seeing cybersecurity attacks on banks, on large institutions across the country. The Auditor General has raised this concern time and time again. There is an IT upgrade happening in the energy network, which is now 2.5 years behind schedule and an extra $700 million and still not delivered. This government can't even deliver an IT security program, and we're being asked to believe they're going to deliver a $62 billion renewable energy program. Give us a break. Yes. And that's exactly right. CS was subject to a cyber attack, and we need a lot more detail about what that was and what protections were put in place before and after. Obviously, the Auditor General says nowhere near enough. No, I don't think they do. And you would hope it doesn't have to get to the stage that people are having cold showers in the dark before they finally realise. That is the concern we have. This must be taken seriously. This is a serious concern. That's right. That's right. The Minister was asked in Parliament, he's been asked in estimates, he's been asked since. He has said on every occasion that it had no impact on prices. The Auditor General shows clearly that it did. I don't know which is the worst outcome for that. If he was misinformed, that raises some serious issues about where he's getting his information from. If he was informed, and that basically means he's misled not only the Parliament but the people of Queensland.
Thanks, mate. Yeah. We'll reflect on that review. I will make this point that Queenslanders always wanted to see the response to put safety at a paramount, but also to ensure that compassion was at the forefront. This family believed that that wasn't the case, and they deserve justice and they deserve answers. And any review has to deliver them that peace of mind and the clarity that comes with it. And we'll be fighting to make sure that happens. We'll give it every chance to work, and I think that's a fair response that Queenslanders would want to see from us. It is important that we take a compassionate approach. These are never easy circumstances, and families who have been put through things like this, the least they deserve is the opportunity to be heard.
Is quarantine legacy going to drag out to years? We've been made aware of people contacting us about bills, stories, things that they felt they had compassion around. To get an exemption to the quarantine, now they're going to get elected notices of preparation. How long do you think this lasts?
I think most Queenslanders yearn for the day when that is a distant memory. I think that's at the moment there's still emotions are still high in many of those elements, and it would be wonderful if in 2023 we can break the shackles of COVID and talk about opportunities for the state. That would be my New Year's resolution, that's for sure. I think every individual deserves the right to put forward their case. I think that's a fair and reasoned response, and a good government would view that with compassion. I think that's probably the best way forward. Yeah. Well, it shows that cost of living is front and centre in people's minds, and it's causing great anxiety. And make no mistake, the pressures in the housing market are many years in the making, and they are causing many years of heartache for people. And we've put solutions on the table, and they just have to be implemented quickly, because can you imagine that as a result of people being under such stress to keep a roof over their head, they are contemplating or going through with the most tragic of situations. It shouldn't be in a modern Queensland that housing yourself causes so much pressure and so much anxiety on a family network. That's where we've reached. And we've reached there because of a government that hasn't planned, delivered and evaluate. And I'll give you some examples. The number of housing lots that have been approved in Queensland has fallen by something in the order of 27% over the last half a decade. Social housing has grown by less than 1%, despite the need increasing by 70%. The community housing sector continually tell us that they don't get the same opportunities here that they do elsewhere. And we went to the government summit in good faith to be part of the solution. I wouldn't say they're delivering those solutions at breakneck speed at this stage. And the sooner they listen, the better, because this is a real issue that's impacting Queenslanders around their household tables every night. Well, the government flagged one, and that was a vacant accommodation at a university. That's been several months now, and it still sits vacant. We know that there are vacant properties in some of the church groups. That partnership hasn't embarked on. The Department of Housing has hundreds of vacant properties and hundreds of vacant lots. Vacant lots. Imagine being a family who can't put a roof over your head, and there are many lots that could deliver thousands of homes that the government hasn't embarked on. So there are solutions. They're short, medium and long term. But this isn't a problem that has just emerged overnight. It's been many years in the making, and many Queenslanders have been calling for action. I point to some of the things that the Queensland Council of Social Services have been saying for some time. There are real issues, there are real stresses, and what we're seeing here is the most tragic of circumstances as a result. Have a good day all. Thank you.